Two teams from the same coast, but with very different stories. Led by two quarterbacks from the same city with two very different journeys.
Carr down the sideline. What a night!
Fresno State and USC.
Picked off by the Bulldogs.
Derek Carr and Cody Kessler.
Touchdown!
One, a perennial powerhouse rocked by the most unstable year in its storied history.
Not sure what to say to his quarterback.
The other, a mid-major champion thrust into the national spotlight by a year like none in their history. Two programs and frontmen with differences and similarities abound to meet for just the third time ever in the final game of the year in Las Vegas.
Fresno State, USC, on the 23 ABC Las Vegas Bowl pregame show. Brought to you by North of the River Recreation and Park District, the Three-Way Automotive Group, Ontario Physical Therapy, and The Edge.
Welcome to the Las Vegas Bowl pregame show. I'm Casey Kiernan, alongside Bakersfield, California, and staff writer Zach Ewing. Zach, thanks for being here.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. It's an exciting day.
We've got an exciting pregame show in store for you this afternoon. We'll dissect the matchup between the Mountain West Conference champion Bulldogs and the storied Pac-12 powerhouse USC Trojans, a team perspective, but we'll focus on the two Bakersfield products under center for these two teams. SC's Cody Kessler takes us inside the moment he committed to the most high-profile program in the country, and we'll take a look at Derek Carr's harrowing journey from David's little brother to the best statistical quarterback in the nation. But first, Zach, you've covered these guys all the way from high school all the way to today. You must be pretty excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's as a reporter, you try to keep your emotions out of things as much as you can, but I've seen these guys grow up in a lot of ways. I mean, the first time that I saw Cody, he was a freshman. He was just a little boy, and now he's a man. You see Kirk Herbstreit calling his name on ABC every Saturday afternoon. And as far as Derek goes, we all knew he was going to be a big deal. He was David Carr's little brother when he moved back to Bakersfield in 2008. But we didn't really know that he would live up to the hype like he has. And, you know, what a story we've got here to be going from, two Bakersfield guys to now a national stage, a sellout crowd, a national TV audience in Las Vegas, one of the world's best cities, really for a chance for the world to see what Derek Carr and Cody Kessler are all about, and really make Bakersfield proud in the process.
It will make Bakersfield proud. We'll be watching, but first let's hear from both teams heading into today's game.
Those receivers are big, physical NFL looking receivers. Their offensive line's huge, and they're playing their 14th. They're playing their best ball at the end of the year. A team that can go and beat Stanford physically like they did obviously gives you concern.
I think this season shows that, how much this means. And Coach Helton even said, there's only, I think he said 22 or teams that already have or have a chance to get their 10th win, so it's a very elite group, and especially, playing in the Pac-12.
I'm glad that he's starting. I'm glad he's doing well, and I wish him the best in his career except on the Saturday. I hope he has a Hall of Fame career except against us.
A little chippy there at the end. We're only about 20 minutes away from kickoff. But on the other side of this break, we'll take a break now. We'll take a deeper look at our local QBs in the national spotlight. Cody Kessler will be up first. He'll take us through his journey after he committed to USC. And then it's Derek Carr's turn. It's a side of him you may never have seen, but you won't want to miss. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Glenn Bland. Proud to be standing here with three-time Super Bowl champion and wrestling great Stephen Neal.
I know the hard work and dedication it takes to be a champion. Another champion here is Bland Solar. Not only here in Bakersfield as your #1 solar dealer, but as a major sponsor of your local CSUB wrestling program. Bringing the best together from Bakersfield and Kern County, thanks to Bland Solar's support and commitment to CSUB wrestling.
For more information, call Bland Solar at 836-3880 or check us out on the web at blandsolar.com.
The staff, coaches, and volunteers of the North of the River Recreation and Park District would like to take the time to thank everyone for their support of our programs throughout the year and to wish you and your family a wonderful holiday season and a safe and happy 2014.
NOR is a great place to play ball. It's a great place to swim. It's a great place to run or to have a picnic with family and friends. Visit us online or give us a call for more information.
The big three-way Chevrolet year-end clearance sale is back, and three-way Chevrolet just made it better. Get a new 2014 Chevrolet Silverado Custom Sport Package truck and save $6,000 with incentives and discounts during one of the biggest sales events of the year. Get end-of-year savings on new, used, and certified pre-owned cars and trucks. Come to Three-Way to enter the big flat screen giveaway. You could win a new HD flat screen and pizza for your big football party. It's big and it's now.
In Kern County, we all have things that are important to us. People and possessions we want protected above all else. Our cars, our home, but most of all, our family and business. We want the right protection, and we want strong and local partners we can trust. Life happens. Live prepared. Fallgatter Roads.
Cody Kessler's journey at USC began like any other freshman, but has become as unique a story as any quarterback in the country. The Matt Barkley understudy won the job as successor this year under head coach Lane Kiffin, but Kiffin was fired in late September as conference losses to both Washington State and Arizona State. Interim coach Ed Orgeron took the reins and restored the joy back to Troy, but ultimately losing the games that you gotta win as SC's frontman, Notre Dame and UCLA. And that saw the appointment of yet another coach, Steve Sarkisian at USC, which brings us to today. And Zach, Cody Kessler probably didn't expect this when he committed to USC.
I don't think you do. He's a blue chip recruit. He's a four-star guy. He had offers from Alabama, defending national champion, every school in the country. And now, here he is at USC kind of battling for a starting position, looking like he's outplaying Max Whittick and still not getting the job. He finally got it. I mean, this is a lot of the resolve we saw from this guy back at Centennial when things went wrong. He had injuries in both his sophomore and junior seasons and, still kept coming, led the Golden Hawks to a playoff run all the way to the Division I section title as a junior, even though they were number 8 seed in the playoffs, which was exceptional. And that's the kind of guy he is. And so when I went down and saw him play USC against Boston College in the third week of the season, and you could really tell he had turned a corner as far as, okay, this is my offense now, it's my team, I want to be the guy to lead this offense. And away he went, and he finished the year with very good numbers for a sophomore, 2,800 yards passing, 16 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. The Trojans would have taken that at the beginning of the year every single time you'd offer it.
Well, he has had a rocky start, bounced back, but even so, despite the rocky start, any prep football player would gladly take it. The Centennial product sat down with us this week and talked about his unique journey.
Oh, yeah, I could go here, I could be here, I could be there. And, when it came down to it, I narrowed it down. Washington was the school that I was going to go to.
I said, okay, before we make this call, if somebody was to call, if there's anybody in the country, would you regret it? And no joke, my phone rings and it says USC Athletics.
If Cody is interested in us, we'd love to be able to talk to him.
Sure. I said, as a matter of fact, his dad and him are standing right here.
And then Coach Helton called me and offered me literally right before I committed.
He said, okay, we'd like to offer him a scholarship.
We'd love to offer him a scholarship.
I went, oh.
At the end of the day, I had to go here.
The rest is pretty much history. He ended up being a Trojan.
Starting quarterback at USC is a dream most high school players have, and Cody Kessler was no different. He first dreamt it as the starter for Brian Nixon's Centennial Golden Hawks.
Probably one of those one-in-a-lifetime type kids that got the exposure, was a Gatorade Player of the Year. I mean, that hasn't happened in Bakersfield.
Playing for Coach Nixon and playing Centennial in general was, the best experience, I think you could have in high school. Coach Nixon was a great guy. I'm very grateful that I got to play for him and play for that school.
The dream of playing college football was brought back down to earth by the reality of college football. Kessler has seen NCAA sanctions, a heated battle to become starter, and 4 coaches in 3 months since committing to USC.
Lane Kiffin on the sideline now, not sure what to say to his quarterback.
What do you think everything you guys have gone through this year is going to affect next year?
The freshmen coming in, we can kind of teach them, what we learned this season, or show them, what it takes to be successful, no matter how bad it gets.
Well, he kind of went through a lot, and then you throw this season in, and he's gone through a ton more.
During his time at USC, Cody Kessler sightings have become commonplace at high school football games in Bakersfield. It's no wonder during the most unstable year in Troy off the field, their on-the-field leader has stayed steady. You still seem so sort of grounded in where you come from.
As much as fun as it is here, living in LA and, everything that comes along with it, I'll always be proud of where I'm come from, and the main thing's family. Go back on Thanksgiving, when we went to Thanksgiving, and not one of them talked to me about football, really, and that's why I go back.
Because that's Cody. Cody is 100% genuine. If we're walking off the field when he's playing, there wasn't any time he ever did not stop and give somebody else the time of day, because he never got bigger than what he was.
Play action, throw back, touchdown!
Kessler will end his first year as starter in the Las Vegas Bowl opposite another Bakersfield QB prodigy in Derek Carr. A fitting way to end such an uncertain season against a rival from his refuge.
It's going to be very, very fun to watch these two go at it. I know they have a relationship, and I know they communicate back and forth sometimes.
I just saw his dad at the BHS game. We were just talking about how cool it would be if me and Derek got to play each other. For his last game. They're great people. They've always been, been nice to me and been good to me. So it's going to be fun to play against them.
To top it all off, they're two phenomenal people. Those guys have the same core values of God, family, and football, and that's pretty special to have guys in that limelight that are from this town that represent us very well.
Sure is, and we can't wait to see Cody. Just about 15 minutes till kickoff. Just enough time to talk about the man who will be opposite Kessler in red and white, Derek Carr, the leader of the Mountain West Conference champions, when we return.
The big three-way Chevrolet year-end clearance sale is back, and three-way Chevrolet just made it better. Get a new 2014 Chevrolet Cruze LT for just $118 per month. That's right, new cars starting under $120 a month during one of the biggest sales events of the year. Get end-of-year savings on new, used, and certified pre-owned cars and trucks. Come to three-way to enter the big flat screen giveaway. You could win a new HD flat screen and pizza for your big football party. It's big and it's now.
Hi, my name is Eric Mahanke, head strength coach here at the Terrio Edge. Here I get the privilege of working with Kern County's top athletes, from their beginning stages all the way to the peak of their athletic careers. We train all ages and skill levels, from the professional athlete all the way to the little leaguer. We understand that each athlete is unique and has customized goals. Therefore, we evaluate to create an individualized program. We currently train a number of top athletes from MLB, the NFL, and the Division I level. So see why Kern County's top athletes come to train at the Terrio Edge.
In Kern County, we all have things that are important to us. People and possessions we want protected above all else. Our cars, our home, but most of all, our family and business. We want the right protection. And we want strong and local partners we can trust. Life happens. Live prepared. Fallgatter Roads.
Hi, I'm Glenn Bland, proud to be standing here with three-time Super Bowl champion and wrestling great Stephen Neal.
I know the hard work and dedication it takes to be a champion. And another champion here is Bland Solar. Not only here in Bakersfield as your #1 solar dealer, but as a major sponsor of your local CSUB wrestling program. Bringing the best together from Bakersfield and Kern County, thanks to Bland Solar's support and commitment to CSUB wrestling.
For more information, call Bland Solar at 836-3880 or check us out on the web at blandsolar.com.
The staff, coaches, and volunteers of the North of the River Recreation and Park District would like to take the time to thank everyone for their support of our programs throughout the year and to wish you and your family a wonderful holiday season and a safe and happy 2014.
NOR is a great place to play ball. It's a great place to swim. It's a great place to run or to have a picnic with family and friends. Visit us online or give us a call for more information.
The Fresno State Bulldogs entered today's Vegas Bowl as the 20th ranked team in the nation, and they had reached as just about as high as a non-AQ conference team needs to get to earn a BCS Bowl berth, and that's in large part due to their quarterback Derek Carr. Carr followed up a Mountain West Conference Offensive Player of the Year season with another, breaking over 20 school records while leading the nation in passing yards, touchdowns, and more. Carr is surrounded by a receiving trio that's caught over 1,000 yards each and earned an 11-1 record this year. And of course, that loss came to San Jose State, and it might be the reason that they're not playing a BCS Bowl game this year.
As it turned out, Northern Illinois lost, which would have put Fresno State in a BCS game had they taken care of business. But you know what? It's hard to go undefeated. 11-1 is still a heck of a season. Back-to-back conference championships at Fresno State for the first time since the early 90s. I think it was 92 and 93 was the last time we saw that. So clearly an exceptional career for Derek Carr. I personally believe he should have been in the Heisman Trophy finalist conversation going to New York. He finished 8th, but again, like you said, led the nation in passing yards, passing touchdowns. really did it all. And even in their one loss, okay, they lost 62-52. He threw for 6 touchdown passes. What the heck is a guy supposed to do? So, you know, Derek Carr, for me, has always been the most polished guy I've ever covered at the high school level. He came over, and it's because of his brother. It's because of his dad. It's because he saw his brother struggle in the NFL, deal with the media. But I've never had a guy know what I wanted and know how to communicate it to me when I do an interview more early than Derek Carr. And you see that even these days at Fresno State. I mean, he really is an exceptional guy. We talked about it with Cody, too. I mean, they're exceptional guys and exceptional players, and that's what's really exciting about it.
Yeah, Derek knew exactly what he wanted a long, long time ago. In fact, Derek Carr, you could say, committed to Fresno State long before his senior year at Bakersfield Christian. Some could say that he was born a Bulldog. The former Eagle, who will become a former Bulldog when the clock shows zeros today in Vegas, shared with us his story. He's the nation's leader in total offense, passing yards, touchdowns, and more.
Those numbers are amazing for Carr.
NFF Scholar Athlete and All-American.
Carr down the sideline. What a night!
About to take the field for the last time against an old Bakersfield buddy.
Play against Cody. Now I'll be trash talking him.
Derek Carr is the undisputed leader of the Mountain West Conference champion Fresno State Bulldogs.
It starts with your quarterback, with Derek. Statistically, he's one of the top quarterbacks in the country right now. He's leading the country in touchdowns. Looking at his brother as a role model for so many years, saw that model and thought, I want to be like my brother, or even better than him in some things.
Winning today's game in Vegas would be just that. David Carr lost his final outing as a Bulldog, a Silicon Valley Bowl affair against Michigan State. But a college career low was soon followed by the highest of highs in the NFL draft.
First choice in the 2002 NFL draft, David Carr, quarterback from Fresno State.
7 years later, Derek found himself under center for the Bakersfield Christian Eagles. Better than brother got his start.
Oh, he already is. He's gonna be all right. He's a better athlete. You know, those young guys, the younger brothers always get the best genes.
We compare stats and stuff just like how brothers would.
As a senior Eagle, Derek was heavily recruited, but chose to be a Bulldog. Even when you had these opportunities, you said LSU, Alabama, USC, UCLA, I'm going to Fresno State regardless.
I saw how it worked for my brother. It worked out for him. The ultimate goal, for a college athlete, actually, it comes in, April or May, whenever the draft is now. That's the ultimate goal. You want to provide for your family.
Life on and off the field progressed, and in 2011, Derek was named the Bulldogs starter. A few months later, he also started that family. Derek married longtime girlfriend Heather Neal in June of 2012, and the couple welcomed the newest addition to the Carr family just 15 months later, a baby boy named Dallas. But celebration turned to sorrow as just hours after the birth of their son, the couple learned he had a life-threatening condition. Dallas's intestines were tied up inside his 7-pound, 11-ounce body.
The first night that he called me, and he was pretty broken up, he called me at 3 in the morning, the day that Dallas was born, and the doctors recommended that he was going to have surgery.
Yeah, it was difficult. It was really hard. We kept our faith in God, and whatever the plan was it was going to happen, and we needed to handle it the best we could.
What role did football play in that tough time?
It meant absolutely nothing to me. My faith is number one. My family and friends, of course, are second, then football.
It took 23 days and 3 separate surgeries for Dallas to be given a clean bill of health. Since then, baby Dallas has been in the stands watching Derek put his name in the record books and on NFL draft boards.
Touchdown!
But Dad knows if he's looking for what really matters at today's Vegas Bowl, all he has to do is look in the stands.
Number one, he's going to be an outstanding husband and father. On the football end of things, I think he's got a tremendous upside. I think he's got a big-time career ahead of him in the National Football League.
I'm kind of playing that old man father role on the team. I'm the old guy. It's been through everything. Being a dad's hard enough, but he's laying there. You don't know if he's going to live. How'd you do it? They want to know all the secrets, but there are none. I just kept my faith first, and that's what I tell them.
All right, we'll see if Derek can get his first bowl game win today against USC in Vegas. And we're just 10 minutes away from game time. When we come back, we'll hear who you guys want to win. Final thoughts from Zach, and of course, predictions. We'll be right back.
Turn to the morning news news that won't waste your time. 23 ABC News from 4:30 to 7 a.m. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes with Elena Russ. The 23 ABC Live Center with Larissa Wall, bringing you the latest news and information as it develops. Plus, the most live reports from where news is happening across Bakersfield and Kern County. Your mornings matter to us. 23 ABC News from 4:30 to 7 a.m. with Mike Hart and Aaron Briscoe. We cover Kern County.
Hi, I'm Glenn Bland, proud to be standing here with three-time Super Bowl champion and wrestling great Stephen Neal.
I know the hard work and dedication it takes to be a champion. And another champion here is Bland Solar. Not only here in Bakersfield as your #1 solar dealer, but as a major sponsor of your local CSUB wrestling program. Bringing the best together from Bakersfield and Kern County, thanks to Bland Solar's support and commitment to CSUB wrestling.
For more information, call Bland Solar at 836-3880 or check us out on the web at blandsolar.com.
In Kern County, we all have things that are important to us. People and possessions we want protected above all else. Our cars, our home, but most of all, our family and business. We want the right protection, and we want strong and local partners we can trust. Life happens. Live prepared. Fallgatter Roads.
NOR is a great place to play ball. It's a great place to swim. It's a great place to run or to have a picnic with family and friends. There are lots of reasons NOR is a great place, and chances are, whatever it is you like to do, NOR is a great place for that too. Visit us online or give us a call for more information.
Hi, my name is Eric Mahankey, head strength coach here at the Terrio Edge. Here I get the privilege of working with Kern County's top athletes from their beginning stages all the way to the peak of their athletic careers. We train all ages and skill levels, from the professional athlete all the way to the little leaguer. We understand that each athlete is unique and has customized goals. Therefore, we evaluate to create an individualized program. We currently train a number of top athletes from MLB, the NFL, and the Division I level. So see why Kern County's top athletes come to train at the Terrio Edge.
Welcome back to Las Vegas Bowl pregame show on 23 ABC. I'm Casey Kiernan alongside me, Zach Ewing from the Californian. We asked you about your opinion on today's Vegas Bowl, and here's what you said. First question, who would you like to see win today's game? 81% chose Derek Carr, only 19% for Cody Kessler. Is that because it's Derek's last game, or is this Bulldog country? What's up, Zach?
You know, I think it's Bulldog country partly. I think it's Derek's last game. There's some sentimental reasons, and you know, who do you want to win is a different question than who do you think will win too. So that we may see that.
Yeah, we may see that here in a little bit.
That's
First,
a teaser.
Let's keep talking stats. This is sort of a three-parter. First, who's going to throw more TD passes? This is kind of reflective of the regular season. You guys said 92% Derek, 8% Cody Kessler. Our next one had to do with passing yards. 86% Derek, 14% Cody. I don't know how those two add up next to each other. And then interceptions, pretty much split down the middle, 50-50. Zach, do you think this one is going to be a game heavily laden with statistics offensively? Because that's what we're seeing here. Or is it going to be more of a defensive game?
I think USC would like it to be more of a defensive game. That's the kind of game they've played more of and been more successful. And you look at their win over Stanford as a prime example of that. But Fresno State's played shootouts all year because Derek scores points and the defense gives them up. And that goes back and forth. And that may be what we see today. I do think that Fresno State throws the ball a lot more, which could give Derek more passing yards, more touchdowns, and more interceptions. And USC will rely on the running game.
And that's what we saw just now. The fans think that Derek's going to have an overwhelming offensive game. However, when we asked him what the score was going to be, this is an aggregate of about 35 to 50 different score predictions. People predicted USC wins over Fresno State 33-29. I'm not sure how that exactly adds up.
A couple of safeties in there, some two-point conversions, you know.
Yeah, that's right. So we're only about 5 minutes here away from kickoff. Zach, you've covered these guys all the way from high school. Now this is Derek's final game, and it's the final game for Cody in his first year starting. What do you see heading into this game? You know,
I really think it's very cool for Bakersfield. It's one of the coolest things that I'll get to cover as a staff writer at the Californian. You know, two of the better guys that I've had a chance to work with, you know, really getting the national stage. As far as the game goes, You know, it's hard to say how much it will be about the quarterbacks. For USC, Kessler's kind of been in the background a lot. It's been running game and defense. And for Derek, his defense has let him down at times this year. He'll never say that, but that's what's happened. So, you know, the question is, when the game comes down to the final moments, which one of these guys steps up? Will it be Derek with the last hurrah? Will it be Cody kind of making his presence felt as a quarterback in the Western U.S. as well? And I can't wait to find out.
Neither can I, and we're about to get to the game here in a couple of seconds. We heard your prediction. Now let's go to ours. Look, to be honest, we saw the Fresno State offense slow down a bit in the Mountain West Conference Championship against Utah State. They had a slow going, and this USC defense, definitely, I'm going to say, the toughest defense that they've had to face. So I'm going to say USC wins this one, 21-17.
Yeah, Utah State probably was the toughest defense. USC might be that much better. And that's a concern for Fresno State, especially with the way their defense is played, because Cody Kessler, he's going to take center stage. He's come along fine. USC's running game, they're going to run the ball on Fresno State. And I really like the Trojans to win, too. I have a little bit higher scoring game, 34-24. I think Cody Kessler maybe makes his presence felt here, kind of announces, hey, I'm ready for a big junior year next year. Derek Carr, he'll take his shots. He'll throw his haymakers. He always does. There's certainly tremendous potential in that receiving core. But when it comes down to it, if USC completely takes away that Fresno State running game, which I think they will, can Derek throw against a defense that knows he's going to throw it? And I think he will sometimes. I also think USC's defense makes some plays, and that's the difference in the end.
Those are our guesses, but we do have a guarantee. It's going to be an absolutely great game either way. Zach, thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey, I'm happy to be here.
And thanks you for joining us here on the Las Vegas Bowl pregame show on 23 ABC. Enjoy the game.
You've been watching the 23 ABC Las Vegas Bowl pregame show. Brought to you by North of the River Recreation and Park District, the Three-Way Automotive Group, Ontario Physical Therapy, and The Edge.